Practice to merge the prana and the mind for prosperity. Eyes are closed. First, with your awareness, look at the body, the position of the body. So when you are looking at the position of the body through your awareness, you may have an experience of maybe a feeling, a sensation, or another experience that the mind receives. It's okay. What is the main point? The awareness flows in freedom. It does not stick to anything, just an awareness of the body. We move little deeper, an awareness of the breath. We are settling. The first step is all about settling ourselves into the practice is the key element. And we do it casually. We need not to do it in a haste. Awareness of the body and the breath now. Awareness of the breath, the flow, natural. And behind the breath. Because that gives us a clue of the goal. Goal is to go behind the mind and allow the higher consciousness to take over. We can also, the mind can point out, oh, mind is going somewhere, running. Etc. Let it happen. And that leads us to the second step of being comfortable, being carefree and casualness. So being comfortable, remember knowing the object, experiencing, and awareness again flows naturally. So what is an object? Look at the neck joint. You see that the object is the joints. Experience, sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. Well, if it is not comfortable, we can adjust and align in the second step. And it is important because awareness will work as a reflection in the mind and also work as a transparent, looking at the shoulder joints, feeling the sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. The mind can perceive the higher consciousness only in the state that we are doing in the first section. Looking at the hip joint, am I aware? Yes. Do I know the hip joint at this time? Yes. Do I experience sensation, being comfortable, and a sense of steadiness? Why? A sense of steadiness prevents the mind to go outside. The entire journey is to move the mind inside. Knee joints, feeling the sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. Ankle joints and the toes. The moment I say it, it is an object. Ankle joints and the toes. The mind is there. It brings an experience of sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. Why we need that? To prevent the mind going outside. The mind has to go outside through the body, through the thoughts of images and the feeling. And the entire body feeling the sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. The entire body. In the beginning, the outer world may allow the mind to react, but when we are settled in being comfortable, with a conscious experience of sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness, it will not. And then being carefree, we check it. Being carefree. What it means? All experiences happen in the mind. All experiences. What are those experiences? Thoughts, feeling, images, past, present, future. So, can I just be aware to know these experiences is being carefree. That is what we say. Let the thought come, let it go. That is why we say, Viveka says, step aside, stand behind, stand across the road watching the traffic moving. I'm standing across the road of the mental traffic. Very important to live into being comfortable, carefree. That leads us to a state as if I'm natural, everything is happening outside. It is important. Knowing, experiencing. If I say awareness, knowledge and experience, same thing. Of the two steps. Position of the body, you're okay. Being comfortable, okay. Being carefree, okay. Being natural, okay. Now we merge the prana into the mind, or mind into the prana in the second step. Bring your right hand on the right nostril gently. Close the right nostril and start breathing long, deep, and the hissing, both from the belly and the chest through the left nostril. Keep your focus inside the forehead. Long and hissing breath. Focus inside the forehead. Long belly and the chest. And bring the hand down, do nothing. First move into the experience, the entire body. Sensation, relaxation and stillness. Just be there in the body, on the body. Experience, knowledge and awareness. It helps the mind to move deeper. Now look at the center of the chest. Outside, then inside. Then deep inside, awareness, knowledge and experience of the space within. We are going slowly so that the mind, due to the past impression, should not react. Now close your left nostril. Start breathing long in the hissing breath through the right nostril, keeping your focus inside the forehead. Continue long hissing breath. Belly and the ribs together. But keep looking inside the forehead. And stop this. Bring your hand down. first part, awareness, knowledge and experience of the entire body. The mind moves on the entire body. It is there on the body. There is an experience of sensation, relaxation and stillness. We are blocking the mind to move out. It happens due to the past impressions stored, known as vasanas, and is not known by the mind. That is why we are doing this practice. And in that state, look at the center of the chest outside. Then move the mind inside the ribs at the center. Move the mind deep inside the center of the chest, awareness of the space within. So the focus inside the forehead clears the knowledge and understanding, so the mind has nothing to play with the thought. It lives into that space, deeper within, and here comes the aspiration. Aspire. Just an aspiration. It may be non-verbal. It may be with image. So we just tickle the mind. And now, with both the nostrils, keep your focus inside the forehead and start long and the hissing breath through both the nostrils. Belly and the rib cage. Continue long and the hissing breath. There should be some sound. That is why I say the hissing breath that absorbs the crazy mind if it wants to go somewhere else than the step and the practice. Continue. Continue the long and the hissing breath. Focus deep inside the forehead while doing the long and the hissing breath, and stop it. We instantly stop and we move into the field of awareness of the body, knowledge of the body, experience in the body, and that is sensation deepens. Body sometimes freezes down. You may have an extreme tingling. You may feel as if the body is rising, sinking. It's okay. And in that state, we look at the center of the chest. We look inside. We become aware of the space. We ask the mind to drop deep inside the rib cage into the space. There is nothing, and then we aspire. Non-verbal aspiration with image, whatever it is. it has to be minimum 3 rounds. Just as it is going deeper. The mind is clear. So, let us start with the second round. Raise your right arm, close your right nostril. Focus your mind inside the forehead and start breathing long in the hissing breath through the left nostril. Long in the hissing, you will discover that now the nostrils are becoming clearer and clearer. Prana and the mind, that is our goal. Long, first it goes into the belly, then into the ribs. While breathing out, you are breathing out. First from the belly, then the rib cage. It is long in the hissing breath. It's a noisy breath. To absorb the mind that wants to move out. Yes, long breath will also help. As well as the hissing sound. The mind hears that hissing sound where the unwanted and uninvited thoughts get merged. Even if it is merged, we continue with that. Long in the hissing breath, the noisy breath, keeping the focus inside the forehead. In the second round, when we focus means what? Focus on the forehead means what? As if breath is moving inside the forehead, and it is returning from the forehead. That is the meaning. Continue long in the hissing. And bring the hands down. Slowly bring the hands down. Awareness, knowledge, and experience. They both are synonyms. But the way the mind gives an interpretation, that's why I'm using all the three. In the whole, you're looking at the body, the mind is fully aware. It knows and experiences what? Deepening of the sensation, deepening of the relaxation, deepening of the stillness. So all the three gives rise to variety of experiences of freezing, of tingling, of sinking, of rising the body as if it is rising above. And sometimes it becomes like a rock. And now in that state, look at the rib cage, outside, inside, and allow the mind to move deeper inside, as if there is a hole into the space at the center of the ribs. Continue to move within, and when you see only the space, nothing else, aspire. Aspiration continues. Oh, it's a non-verbal, maybe with image. And now lift your right hand. Place it on your left nostril and start long in the hissing breath from the right nostril. Long in the hissing with the focus inside the forehead. We clear the knowledge part, the wisdom part from the mind. Long in the hissing. The hissing sound absorbs the uninvited thoughts. You may help move the mind with the breath moving inside the forehead with inhalation and returning from the exhalation. Long in the hissing. Remember, the noise should be there to prevent the mind to fall prey to our past impressions. Long in the hissing. When we do any intense practice, the mind is triggered by the past impression. The mind moves with the breath inside the forehead. With every breath inside, it returns from that point in the space. It will happen, and normally it happens in 3 weeks. And leave it, bring the hands down. We remember the step, moving the mind on the entire body. For the sake of clarity, so that our mind doesn't think, awareness, knowledge, and experience are synonyms. And again, for the sake of understanding and preventing the mind to think, I say sensation, deepening, relaxation, deepening, stillness, like a rock, and that results into a variety of experiences. We just accept and recognize, that is all. And then looking at the center of the rib cage, outside is sensation, relaxation and stillness supports. In that moment, the mind goes within. Allow the mind to move within, as if there is a hole at the center of the rib cage, and it moves, deepens, goes deep into the infinite space, where we experience a sense of nothingness. And aspiration. Once again, moving the mind inside the forehead with the breath every time, and doing long in the hissing breath from both the nostrils together. That's wonderful. The breath will become deeper and deeper as we move into the third round. Continue. Continue. We may experience as if the energy is squeezing naturally the tailbone, as if energy is squeezing and rising. It normally happens in 2 or 3 weeks of the practice. Continue long in the hissing, and every time the exhalation happens, we find a natural squeezing of the anus, the spine, and the genitals. With that hissing sound we feel. That is why, and leave this. Leaving this, you allow the breath to be normal. Don't allow the mind to act on the breath. Good. Then we move the mind on the entire body. A fort is created by the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. We close the door for the mind to move outside. There the mind merges with the prana. Experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. And in that state, again look at the center of the rib cage. Going deeper inside the rib cage. Moving the mind into the infinite space, a sense of nothingness returns, and then we start with the aspiration. And now close your right nostril again. We are moving into the third round. You'll have a deeper experience closing the right nostril and start inhaling deep, long, and the hissing sound through the left nostril with a focus inside the forehead. As if the breath is piercing the forehead during inhalation. You go very deep into the space inside the forehead. Long in the hissing. Long hissing, the inhalation pierces the forehead. You go very deep inside, and from there, deep inside, it returns during the exhalation. Principle is clear. The mind regulates the prana and the prana regulates the mind. And we are using both together. That is the key. Long, deep in the hissing breath, both from the belly and the chest, to allow the three powers of knowledge, power of desire, and the power of action. That's why we are doing the belly and the chest breathing. And stop this, bring the hands down. Move the mind and the entire body. How simple it is. Flawless. Experiencing sensation, relaxation and stillness. Allowing the new experiences, let it happen. Variety. Variety, yes. Tingling, freezing, sinking, rising, falling, images, colors. We don't chase them. We simply experience that state. That is all. Nothing happens? Better. The mind lays into that space? Much better. It loses the identity with the body much better. And in that state, we look at the center of the rib cage, going inside the skin. Here you see the mind is working. And still the mind is working when we move inside into the space, the infinite space. It loses the objectivity. That is what Master says. It loses the objectivity. Oh, you are into that space. Let the aspiration start. You create an objectivity. Just in a flash, you create that objectivity of aspiration, and then you continue the journey. Bring your right hand again. Start with the other nostril, long, deep in the hissing breath. Allow the breath to move deeper inside the forehead. Long in the hissing breath, you will discover the nostril now allows the mind to move deeper. No obstructions are there. It may happen in 3 rounds, it may happen in 4 rounds. When we continue, normally it happens in 3 rounds. Continue. Long and deep hissing breath. The mind moves with the breath deeper inside the forehead into the space at a point, and from there it returns. So the power of knowledge and doing the belly and the chest breathing raises the center of action and the desire also into the forehead for clarity. Long in the hissing breath. And stop it, bring the hands down. Very clear, you will find now the body as if it has there is some sense of plasticity. Why? The mind loses its control. It doesn't mean that it will fall. Move the mind on the entire body, and sensation, relaxation in stillness, deepening of the experience, variety. Mind wants to live into the infinite space and not chasing the other experiences of rise and fall, images and vision. No. Our goal is different. And it's natural. One thing they indicate that the mind now leaves the world outside and can move within in search of the existence. And that is the right time. Look inside look inside the center of the chest. Awareness. Look behind inside the skin, as if there is a very small hole and the mind moves into that hole, moving deep inside the heart. What is left? Nothing. Sense of nothingness or infinite space or a dark space, whatever it is. Masters explain differently. Goal is to lose the objectivity in the field of awareness, knowledge and experience. Good. And then have an aspiration. And now return again, looking deep inside the forehead and the space. With every breath going in and out, start breathing long in the hissing breath from both the nostrils. Long, deep in the hissing, belly in the chest, as if the breath is piercing deep inside the forehead at a point. It goes too far, it returns from there. That is what the long in the hissing breath is. And stop this breath also. The mind now moves naturally on the body. the shape, its experience of stillness, sensations, and the mind lives within into the infinite space with the rise and fall of new experiences. We recognize, we accept it, but the mind doesn't chase it. And now looking inside the rib cage, center of the rib cage, moving from outside to inside. Peeking, the mind peeks deep inside and finds the space alone. And have an aspiration there. Now look at the breath. Prana. The breath goes in and out. Know it, awareness, knowledge, experience of the breath going in and out. Let the mind move with the breath from the top of the head to the tailbone. No change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath in the beginning. Let the mind move from top center of the head to the tailbone with every breath going in, and it should go up when the breath returns. You will find the mind makes the breath little deeper. Let it be, to cover from the top of the head to the tailbone. Allow it. There should be a uniformity of the breath and the mind going together from top of the head to the tailbone. So it is an ascending movement. So ascending movement is grace of the God, and ascending movement is the personal effort. And descending movement, that means when it moves from the top of the head to the tailbone, it is a grace. That's why we say the God descends. An ascending movement is the personal effort. Now there is a uniformity, or as if the prana and the mind are moving together naturally. How simple. Ascending movement means the breath is returning, breath is coming out, and the mind and the breath is moving from the tailbone to the top center of the head. So just remember your aspiration, your intention. Ascending movement is a personal effort. And when the same breath in the mind moves down, it's a descending movement. That aspiration is realized. Ascending, personal effort. Descending, and grace of the God. The breath will become perfectly natural. It will leave its deeper movement, while the mind merges completely. Ascending movement with the breath returning, going out, and the mind moves from the tailbone to the top of the head. Ascending and descending is the grace from the top of the head to the tailbone. That's why the Shiva is placed at the top and Shakti is placed at the personal effort. Realizes the Shakti as one unitary power that is divided into the power of knowledge, power of desire, and the power of action in the mind. And now do nothing. Casually move mind into the heart. Just check the mind drops naturally into the infinite space. And just live with aspiration and the grace together. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your Buddha palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside. Know your experiences, bring the hands down.